This is the Jefferson Music Facebook page. I'm Mr. Robinson. I'm the music teacher at Jefferson Avenue Elementary School, part of the Great Seguin Independent School District. By the way, shout out to Dr. Gutierrez. He was thinking about going to a different school district to be their superintendent, but he has decided that he's going to stay here in Seguin, which is good news. Yay. Hey, some more good news for you. Today is book day. Woo! Somebody tell Miss Hill. Today is book day. I'm going to share some of my books with you, and I'd like us to do three things. I'd like to read a book to you. I'd like to sing a book to you. I hope that you'll sing along with me, and I would also like to encourage you to create a book. I'll show you a couple different ways that you can create a book. Here are some books that I really enjoy. This is a book that I'm reading right now. It's called Women Rowing North by Mary Pfeiffer. And it says, Navigating Life's Currents and Flourishing as We Age. It really is a quite wonderful book. Actually, I started reading this book about a year ago, around spring break. And I read a couple chapters and it was wonderful, and then I got distracted, so I'm picking it back up. Here's a favorite book of mine. This is my favorite running book. It's by Peter Sagal. It's called The Incomplete Book of Running, and Peter Sagal is quite hilarious. It's really a great book. And the last book I'd like to show you is a book that I read quite a while ago. I've read it a couple times now. It's called Piano Lessons. Music, Love, and True Adventures. It's by Noah Adams, who is he's a host on National Public Radio. So let us get started with Book Day! Yay! Whoa, check out all these books. These are books that I've collected over several years, and they all have something in common. I bet you can figure out what they have in common. This one's called Ben's Trumpet by Rachel Isadora, and notice that it is a Caldecott Honor book. That's a great honor for a book to receive. This one is called Music in the Air, written by Ann Morris, photographs by Ken Heyman. And hey, look at those trombones. Mr. Cavallo plays a trombone. I hope you saw his trombone video, as a matter of fact, on the Jefferson Music Facebook page. This one's called Pictures at an Exhibition. That's a great piece of music. Pictures at an Exhibition by Mussorgsky. And in fact, this is the opening theme of Pictures at an Exhibition. Very cool. And it's written by Anna Harwell Salenza, illustrated by Joanne E. Kitchell, and check it out. This one comes with a CD, so you can listen to the music as you read the book. Here we go. The Music Teacher from the Black Lagoon by Mike Fowler. Pictures or illustrations by Jared Lee. This book, Miss Hill, I think we have this book in the Jefferson Library, don't we? Here's a book that I really love, The Bat Boy and His Violin. And this is by Gavin Curtis, illustrated by E.B. Lewis. And this book has won the Coretta Scott King Award. What a great honor. Looks like this gentleman is a bat boy. He loves to play baseball, but he also loves to play violin. Here's a book by Andrea Ball, and it's called Hippity Hop. In fact, I'm going to read Hippity Hop to you in just a little bit. Here's another book. Oh, I love this illustration of the tuba. And look at that owl. The owl is like, okay, are you going to keep on practicing? The Owl and the Tuba by James Lehman, illustrated by Christopher Rushka. And this has an award seal on it as well. It's the Benjamin Franklin Award. Very nice. And here's a book about the composer and jazz piano player Duke Ellington. I love that illustration. Ooh, this looks like it's a Caldecott winner and Coretta Scott King Award winner as well. This is by Andrea Davis Pinkney and illustrated by Brian Pinkney. I bet they're related. Maybe husband and wife? Maybe you could do some research and find out. Hey, check this out. This book is written by Lemony Snicket. The composer is dead. And it has music that goes along with it by Nathaniel Stuckey, illustrations by Carson Ellis, and look here, this one also has a free CD inside. I'm going to post down in the comments down below, I'm going to post a YouTube what am I trying to say? I'm going to post a YouTube link, there it is, to a recording of Lemony Snicket's The Composer is Dead, with the music and the book being read. It's really cool. I think you'll enjoy it. So you can hear that book being read. But now what I'd like to do is read for you Andrea Ball's book called Hippity Hop. This is one of my favorite books ever. This is the book I mentioned just a minute ago, Hippity Hop by Andrea Ball. Some of you might know Andrea Ball's mother, Diana Ball. You might know her as Mrs. Ball from Jefferson Avenue Elementary School. I first met Mrs. Ball at Kankakee Elementary School, where I taught music for many years, and Andrea was one of my students there. And she published this through her own publishing company that she made up, the Guinea Pig Press. She published it in 1996. Oh, look at there. The dedication page to Mr. Robinson. Ooh, look who else is with us today. Scout is listening to the page. Scout, are you awake? I think she's awake. All right, let's get started. Hippity Hop. Hi, my name is Andrea. I live in Florida. I bet you that's an orange tree. They grow lots of oranges in Florida. I have a quilt. I made it all by myself. This is Hippity Hop, my bunny. I like that on her pajamas she has Hippity Hop on there sleeping. Pretty cool. I think this is the quilt right here, and look, on this quilt there is a recorder or a flute with music notes. Oh, I'm sleepy. Good night, Hippity Hop. Wow, where am I? It looks like I'm in a giant flute. I bet she's dreaming. I am in a flute. Where is Hippity Hop? Oh, Hippity Hop. Oh, Hippity Hop. Oh, she's crying. So there you are. Bad girl. I love you. Whew. You can see she's rushing right over to Hippity Hop. If you've ever lost something and then found it, you know how she feels. The end. That was a great book. I think Scout agrees that it was a great book too. What'd you think, Scout? Huh? All right, she's super excited. That was a great book that Andrea created. And I love that she wrote a book. She created a book her own self. A lot of times we just think, well, those other people, they will make books, and then I'll buy them and read them. But it's not just other people. You can make a book too. In fact, you can make a book just like Andrea did. And I'm going to show you a mini book and how to make a mini book here in just a second. Thank you, Andrea. Here is a mini book that I made. It's called I Am Thankful by Keith J. Robinson. Hey, that's me. I am thankful for my family. I am thankful for my teachers and my friends. I am thankful for the nature that I see. I am thankful, thankful to be me. I am thankful, I am thankful, I am thankful to be me. So that's my mini book, I Am Thankful. I'd like to show you how you can make your very own mini book. So if you have these items, that would be great. If you don't have these items, that's okay too. You don't have to have a stapler, don't have to have tape, don't have to have scissors, but those would be very helpful. But if you have a piece of paper, we can make us a mini book. So here's the first thing that we're going to do. We're going to take the paper and we're going to fold it in half so that our big rectangle, the shape of the paper, becomes a half-size rectangle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold that rectangle over like this. And then it becomes a skinny mini rectangle. All right, so far so good. And the reason that we're folding it over actually is to create creases so that we can cut along those creases. So now I'm going to unfold it. Excuse me. I'm going to unfold it, and now I'm going to cut along the creases. Now remember I said if you don't have scissors, that's not a problem, because look here, if I work the creases pretty good, like that, and like that there, then what I can do is I can carefully, if I hold it right here and then start pulling apart, I can actually pull that apart. You have to kind of go slow, hold it right down there, each pull you give it. Let's see if I can make it all the way through. It's not quite as neat as a scissor cut, but if you ain't got no scissors, this is a great way to take care of it. So that's one way. I do have scissors, so I'm just going to cut now right along the crease line that I see. And as I'm cutting, I'm always kind of looking ahead to make sure that my scissors are going right where I want them to go. So notice that I make 3 cuts in a piece of paper. It gives me how many pieces of paper? 3 cuts will give you 4 pieces of paper. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pile these pieces of paper on top of one another. Get them nice and straight. And they should be pretty even since we folded and then folded again. Now, speaking of folding again, now we're going to fold it over, and this is what creates our mini book. And you notice right there, there's our ready-to-go version, and there's the book that I made. Now, the next thing, if you have a stapler, great. You can put a couple staples right here. Pa-cow, pa-cow. If you don't have a stapler, then what I recommend is the Keith Robinson method. You're going to take the folded over edge, not this edge where the page is open, but the folded over edge, and you're just going to fold that over just a little bit, one more fold, and you're going to kind of pinch hard. And if you don't have anything, that will hold your book together pretty well. The pages can still come out, but that holds your book together pretty well. If you have some tape to hold it just a little bit better, then put some tape along this edge right here. So let's do that. And like I say, if you don't have tape, don't have a stapler, that's okay, because this little fold over right here will hold the pages in place pretty well. It's not perfect, but you know, we're making our own book, so there you go. So I tape that down. I also discovered as I was experimenting and trying this out, if I tape over this edge here, then when I go to open the pages, they only open about as much as the tape will allow them to open. So I only tape this part right here, and then that gives us a pretty doggone good little book. And so check this out. The way I did my I Am Thankful book, I just used each right-hand side page, I guess is how you would describe that. So that gave us 8 pages to work on. But if I use every page, front and back of every page, then that will give me 16 pages to work on, counting the front cover and the back cover. So we started with 1 piece of paper. We cut it into 4 strips, a little math here. We placed them on top of each other. We folded them in half. We finished with 16 pages. Cool. The end. Did you catch that? I put this in here to see if you're really paying attention. Okay, nope, I made a boo-boo. It says we folder them in half. It should say we folded them in half. Wow, what a great book day. I hope that book day doesn't stop. I hope every day is book day. I hope that you will have somebody read to you. I hope that you will read a book or two or three or 68 or 100. I hope also that you will create your own books. Don't just rely on somebody else to make books for you, although that's great, but you create your own book. It could maybe be 2 pages, or it could be 200 pages, or however long you want it to be. But create a book. Maybe it's going to be about a bunny. Maybe it'll be about skateboarding. Maybe it'll be about the coronavirus, or maybe about your family, or who knows? I don't know what your book will be about, but I would love to find out. If you make a book, let me know, and I would love to see it, and maybe I'll read it someday to our class. Oh, and don't forget how much your teachers love you, and I do too. Love one another.